Welcome to today's episode of Controversy Kingdom. Today we're going to talk about Barely Human, and let's be real, is it really my algorithm showing me only Barely Human stuff, or is he literally everywhere? Even at some random shopping malls? They're dropping new music almost every week and collaborating with more and more artists. Some of their collaborators being Bella Porch, Heidi Montag, Asteria, Get Seki, Auditory, Chase Icon, Terayami, That Kid, or Britney Manson, which we'll delve into the drama with her later in the video. And the list goes on and on. Barely Human seems to be kind of like Azealia Banks, but instead of beefing with people, she's collaborating with them, and that's worth praise. They're also driving up the numbers with each of their releases. At this point, they have almost 6 million monthly listeners on Spotify, which is crazy. But how did they get to that level? How did it all start? And before I begin, I'll be using multiple pronouns for Barely since she already said that she goes by whatever, so I'll just go with whatever I feel like at the moment, you know?
Your pronouns are he, him.
Yeah, I don't really care about pronouns. I feel like I don't know. I'm confused too. So I'm just like, girl, whatever. Anything.
So, without further ado, let's go back to a time where the story of Barely Human began. Barely Human, born Toby on July 16th, 2001, hails from Dallas, Texas, and is now 23 years old. They began experimenting with music in 2019, trying out various nicknames such as Trippy Toby and Big Toe. At the start, they dabbled in different genres: rap, punk, trap metal, hardcore, and trap music, before their brief story with hyperpop, which he abandoned after feeling that it didn't resonate with listeners, saying that nobody cared. Initially, Barely Human made music using just their phone and apps like Veloco and RapChat, singing over copyright-free beats found on YouTube, smoking a bunch of weed in a car with their friends. Over time, they learned how to mix and produce beats, eventually collaborating with producers to refine their sound. One of their first notable tracks was Love My Drugs, produced by Cirrus. It earned them 10,000 monthly streams. Another track, Def City, became their first to surpass 1 million plays, marking a milestone in their early career. Their main musical inspirations were, and to this day, are Kesha and Lady Gaga. Before fully diving into music, Barely was already familiar with internet fame. They gained nearly 2 million followers on Musical.ly just by doing lip syncs alone. However, the account was stolen and sold for $10,000. In high school, they were involved in choir and played saxophone, though they admitted they hated playing instruments. During this time, Barely unfortunately struggled with substance abuse such as Xanax and hid their true identity from everyone. I mean, it's Texas, so it can be hard sometimes, as Barely even mentioned in some interviews. After high school, they attended college on an arts scholarship, but dropped out in the first semester, feeling that the path wasn't for them. They worked at various jobs, including Velvet Taco and Panera Bread, before fully committing to their music career. The first viral hit that changed Barely Human's life was Hands Up, released in December 2022. At the same time, XOXO was gaining traction. Currently, Hands Up has 167 million streams on Spotify, while XOXO has reached 124 million, both incredible numbers. During this time, Barely Human worked a day job, clocking in at noon, then dedicating their nights to making and promoting music until 9 a.m. the next day, only to repeat the cycle. Despite their music blowing up primarily on TikTok, they didn't immediately quit their day job, even while earning $30,000 a month. Just imagine going to Panera just to see Barely Human casually working there. That would be a dope experience. After a few months, they found management and a label and eventually made the decision to leave their job and pursue music full time. After blowing up, Barely moved from their hometown Dallas to Los Angeles and started collaborating with many artists. They were still making music with Get Seki and Pixelhood, which they made Hands Up with. They also started collaborating with Auditory, making another viral hit, GMFU, which stands for Got Me F***ed Up, which blew up on TikTok like crazy. People started making edits to that song, which is perfect for that. I mean, the beat itself is perfect for such videos. They gained over 237 million streams on that song. At this time, Barely started to step out of the underground kind of scene. 2023 was a really big year for Barely. They started really shaping their persona and their musical style. They even created their own kind of genre called sassy scene. What differentiated them from other creators that were making similar music was that Barely was one of the first people to show their face and really make a persona out of the whole thing, which was really important and authentic. To this day, Barely posts on TikTok every single day, and they haven't missed a single day in a big while. In the beginning of 2024, Barely Human went on a mini tour. They visited a few cities in USA as well as in Europe, alongside Asteria and Britney Manson. However, a few months after the tour, Barely Human found himself in their first ever drama. It all started when his former collaborator, Britney Manson, a model and singer, broke up with their ex-boyfriend, Asteria. The controversy began when it came to light that Asteria was only 17 at the time, while Britney was almost 29, raising serious concerns about the nature of their relationship. People began accusing Barely of covering for a groomer, considering they had gone on a full European tour with Britney. However, Barely made it clear they had no idea the two were even dating. Given that their relationship had been kept secret and Britney was just a collaborator, not a friend, it is a believable explanation. Once the drama surfaced, Barely quickly blocked Britney, deleted all their photos together, and took down the collaborations they had worked on. Interestingly, both tracks are still up on all Britney's platforms. Barely also took part in a remix of a song called BFM, which stands for Britney Manson, a track made by Katsaki, Asteria, and Britney. After the drama, the song title was changed to FBM, which stands for Britney Manson, turning it into a diss track against her. According to Asteria, Britney had tried to take all the revenue from the song, which is why it was re-released, this time with Barely Human on it, screaming the line, "Now I say, fuck Britney." Britney has denied all the accusations, claiming she hasn't earned any money from the song's release, and that all she wants is her share of the revenue. But she's also been making TikToks seemingly mocking the whole situation, trying to turn it into a joke, which is pretty disgusting. I mean, making fun of grooming accusations isn't cool. Some of her content even suggests that Barely used the drama to promote their new tour, which doesn't really add up since Barely clearly tried to distance themselves as much as possible.
My favorite shit is my colleague's reaction.
And Britney, because what she did is obviously wrong.
Of course I'm bad. Of course. Because they have a new tour. I mean, back then I used to be loved. What would mean to lose my virginity used to be humor. I used to be iconic. Now they just have to switch.
As it stands, Britney's still facing accusations of grooming, and it seems like she's in a losing position. In 2024, Barely Human took their collaborations to a whole new level. In February, they dropped Don't Like Anybody with TikTok star Bella Porch, which quickly hit 3 million streams on Spotify. They kept things rolling with more tracks alongside Asteria, Katsaki, and Pixel Hood, who was also featured on Heidi Montag's song 5G. Heidi, known for The Hills and her fame in 2000s, made a comeback, and Barely Human was part of it. In April, they teamed up with Tara Yami for Faster and Harder. September brought another viral hit, this time with BB Baby Doll, a TikTok star going viral in Brazil and beyond. In June, there was a collaboration with That Kid titled Spencer Needs a Ladder, which, by the way, is my favorite gym song. Then on October 3rd, they released a song with Rico Nasty, something Barely Human mentioned wanting to do in an interview earlier this year, making it a cool full circle moment. Just 2 days ago, on October 11th, they dropped a new track with Chase Icon, and they're not done yet. Next on their collaboration wish lists are artists like Cupcake, Snow Strippers, Slater, Aisha, Millionaires, and Cobra Starship. 2024 is shaping up to be a massive year for Barely Human. As of now, their Spotify account lists 129 songs. This doesn't include anything they released before, under other names. They started releasing music on Spotify in October 2021, which means they've been averaging 3.5 songs per month. That's more than some major artists like Katy Perry, for example, who releases about 0.27 songs a month, or roughly one song every 4 months. And yes, I calculated it all. The devil works hard, but Barely Human works harder. I didn't cover all of Barely Human's collaborations, but these are some of the most notable highlights from this year. In 2024, he also decided to leave Fab Fantasy, which is a music collective formed by Barely and Cirrus, in mid-2022. The collective consists of all the people on the screen. In the past, Asteria was also involved in it. Barely Human said on his Instagram that he was going to work on his other projects, so he has made a decision to leave the collective. However, they still like each other and plan to collaborate in the future. Starting in September 2024, Barely Human is hitting the road for their big worldwide tour called the Sassy Scene Tour. That Kid will be opening for them in America, Ezekiel in the UK and Ireland, and Hubie the Kid in Europe. This tour covers 44 different locations, which is pretty impressive, because some major artists don't even do tours like this extensive. So I think that's all for today's video. Barely Human is one of my favorite artists, so making this video was really enjoyable for me, and I hope you feel the same way. In my opinion, it's a true story of how the internet can work wonders when it comes to promoting underground artists, and how hard work can truly take you anywhere. You just need to believe it. Barely Human is on a roll, dropping music all the time, so I'm really excited to see what the next few years will bring for them. Thank you for watching, and if you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. See you in the next one. Bye.